I love Cade Cunningham. I love him as a prospect. I think the upside that he has as a 6'7" to 8 guard, it's a similar mold. I'm not saying he's the same level, but his skill set is the same of a Luka Doncic or someone in that realm, you know, someone who can score, play make, shoot the three ball when he's at his best. He's somewhat athletic, and he just has that skill set where he can take over games in every facet of the game of basketball. But the undeniable fact that you cannot argue with, and that is why this is beyond the box score once again, is using the eye test, seeing his inefficiencies. I think that's holding him back from superstardom. No doubt is he special. No doubt. I had this argument with a friend, and he just sent me, like he said it in the group chat basically, Cade Cunningham is special. He's great. Well, I'll say to that, he isn't great yet. You know, he's a sophomore pretty much in the NBA. He doesn't shoot well. In fact, he has the lowest PER for a 20-point per game scorer of all time. Of all time, which is crazy.
PER is 11.3. To put that into perspective, Jokic is hovering around like the mid-30s.
Jesus.
And the top three, I think, are all within 30 or just hovering on that like border of the 30 mark on that PER ranking. So yeah, it just shows how bad it is.
Yeah.
But I was just going to say as well, also, yeah, averaging 5.5 turnovers
I was
per
about
game.
to yeah.
And the fact that
5.5.
Yeah, and the fact is like I think it's also like the top 10 out of all the top 10 like turnover percentages for a 20-point per game scorer. I think he's second or first. Like Pete Maravich is the only other guy. I think he's first in that as well, and Pete Maravich is number 2 on that list. So if you can have as great of a career as Pete Maravich,
Hall of Famer,
exactly, then you know you might look at that and say, well, you know, it might not be all too bad. But I think the big question marks for him are not about his ability; it's about the shot selection at times and this decision making. I think his basketball IQ, not questioning that side of it, because I do think he's an intelligent basketball player, but I just think at this level, at this NBA level, maybe not playing enough games over the first 2 seasons of his career, it's maybe hampered him a little bit in that sense. He's still
like his sophomore. This would be his third year now.
Yeah, but it's technically like his second because he only played like
he was injured
12
games.
12 games, whatever it was. So obviously that's going to impact any player. And it's showing, obviously.
Yeah, they're 2-11. So.
Yeah. So it calls for, obviously, you know, Jaden Ivey to be traded, and, you know, the way that, you know, giving Killian Hayes too many minutes.
He has his moments, though,
yeah,
Killian.
He does. And even just like people are starting to get on Monty Williams' case and saying, like, is he the right coach for this particular group? And
what's he supposed to do?
I know, exactly right. But I think, yeah, it's just more about shot selection, you know, the kind of shots he does take, and I think overall how he goes about decisions on the court and like the way he reads certain moments in the game that probably needs to improve for him to take that next step. But if he can work on his inefficiencies and obviously improve those, the sky's the limit for him, because I do think he's got all the tools. It's just he hasn't put it together at this point in time, even though the numbers, you know, like look good on paper. Yeah. But when you're watching these games, you can't
be a box score hunter all the time. Like, no doubt, I'm not hating on Cade. I actually really like Cade. You know, like he's probably one of my favorite players, but it's just the undeniable fact. Like, inefficiencies holding him back.
100%.
Hello, yes, you at home. This is Commissioner of the NBA speaking to you, Adam Silver. Here's a message in courtesy of BenchMob in collaboration with the NBA Store. When BenchMob hits 1,000 subscribers, they'll be giving away a free NBA jersey to a lucky subscriber. So just do all the things listed on the screen.